And so once you're in your spot, you have a choice, like as long as we have 10 feet between us, having your mask on or off. So it's totally up to you. So today, let's focus on, so we have head, neck, and shoulders, hip openers, breath, and I'm also feeling like a little bit of a chest opener. Yeah, okay, good. So as you settle in and you focus on your breath, and I know I talk about this all the time, you could have a hand on your chest and a hand on the diaphragm, breathing in, nose, chest, belly, out, belly, chest, nose. Or you can just think about breathing in, nose, chest, belly without your hands on your body. I like the touch points. And thinking about the possibility of long, smooth, gentle breaths. And once you feel your natural rhythm of your breathing, noticing how the body feels, and thinking about how you'd like to feel by the time we are complete with our practice today. So setting your intention. And then when you're ready, you might release your hands. We are going to make our way onto our hands and knees. And so if you don't have a blanket to put under your knees, if your knees are kind of pokey, just fold over your mat. So here we are, we're gonna start hands and knees, heels of the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, knees slightly behind the hips, engage those lower abdominals. Inhale up here with a flat back, exhale, rounding the back towards child's pose. And you'll do that with your breath for 4 or 5 more times, depending on the length of your breath. But inhaling up, exhaling down, noticing all those wonderful sensations in your body as you're breathing and moving. And let's make this one the last one. And then we'll end in our tabletop position. And I want you to bring your right hand to center. And then, and if your wrists are sore, you could be on your elbow instead of your hand. But what we're going to do is you're going to inhale, follow your left hand up, and exhale back to the floor. And just do that a few times, same side. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's say 2 more times. Always noticing the sensation. Now, this next time, we're going to inhale that arm up, and as you exhale, you're going to bend your right elbow, take that left arm underneath, bring your shoulder towards the ground, and then come up onto the right fingertips, so you're opening up the chest as you're walking your fingertips over. I'm going to do it the other side so you can see what I'm doing. And you're pressing the right fingertips into the ground as you're opening up that chest and shoulder. And then your left arm is reaching underneath you, palm towards the ground. And you're going to press both hands into the floor. Keep breathing. And after your next exhale or 2, when you're ready, we're going to unwind and come back up to our tabletop. And then bring your left hand to center. And of course, always checking in, noticing how you feel as we transition. Now, vision is on the right hand as you inhale up towards the sky and exhale back to the ground. Just doing that with your breath. One more. Now this next time, as you inhale up, you're gonna exhale, take that arm underneath the left arm, bend your elbow, come up onto your fingertips, arm, shoulder, ear, come towards the ground. And play around with that left hand, right, on the fingertips with the elbow bent. See how you can press into the floor and open up the chest, softening your shoulders, softening the head and neck. And then eventually pressing both hands towards the ground, continuing that long, smooth, gentle breath. And again, next exhale, on the inhale, we're going to unwind. And this time, we're going to inhale and come forward. So you're going to drop your hips in front, open up the chest a little bit. So you're in your tabletop, right? And you just bring your hips forward and soften the shoulders and open up the chest. And then exhale, come back towards your child's pose. So inhale, glide forward, drop the hips, open up the chest, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, come back towards child's pose. Now, if that doesn't feel good in your body, you could continue to do tabletop into child's pose. So you're exploring, opening up the chest, softening the shoulders away from the ears, relaxing the low back and your buttocks as you come forward. Now, next time you come into your child's pose, we're going to drop the hips over to the right. And then walk the arms over to the left so that you're side stretching your body. Again, long, smooth breaths. So hips one direction, arms the other direction. Yes. Sometimes it's interesting hearing the cues in the chatter, you know. Now we're going to make our way back through the center with the hips and the arms, and then shift the hips over to the left or the other side and walk your arms and hands to the right. Long, smooth breaths, noticing how your body feels. And again, we are going to make our way back to the center and then come up onto your hands and knees, and then we're going to come all the way up onto our knees and step the left foot forward. And you want to step far enough forward so that when you bring your hips forward, your left knee is over the ankle, right? So your right knee is behind your hip, so you're opening up that hip flexor a little bit. How's that? And you might have your hands on blocks if it's not comfortable to be here. And then seeing if you can soften your hips forward, right? Soften and breathe. You could have your hands on blocks. You could have your hands on your thigh. Long, smooth breaths. And then we're going to walk the body back. Step your left leg back, and then step the right foot forward. And again, that right foot is forward enough so that when we drop our hips forward, your knee is over the ankle. Yes. The left knee behind the hip. And again, your hands can be on the blocks, on your thigh. Just long, smooth breaths and noticing what's happening. Like, do you feel a little bit of opening in the front of that hip flexor? Maybe a lot. And you're still breathing. And again, we're going to walk ourselves back. And this time what I want you to do, you can just step that right foot back a little bit, and we're going to come all the way up. Woo, woo, to standing. And find your tennis ball. And we're going to roll through the feet. And so as you are rolling through your feet, looking for spots that are tender or have sensation, not that we want to like hurt anything, but just kind of seeing how things are feeling. And now would be a good time to switch feet. Again, after you're done exploring your second foot, we're going to take that tennis ball and just place it over to the side. I'm struggling with the angle of my camera. I thought I was making it better, but I was making it worse. Okay, so making your way towards the front of your mat, hands at your heart center. And taking a moment or two, again, to connect with your breath and your body, feeling your feet on the floor. And then releasing the hands to your sides. And the inhale will be arms reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, arms coming down. And then if it feels safe and comfortable, on the inhale, you'll come up onto your toes and extend the arms and exhale down. Woo. And moving with your breath, inhale is up, exhale is down. And after your next exhale, we're going to pause there for a moment. Now we're going to inhale the arms up, and exhale, you're going to pull your elbows down as your heels come down. Inhale, sweep the arms forward up onto your toes if that's comfortable. Exhale, heels down, the elbows pulled up, and you create your own resistance. 2 more times, inhale up, exhale, pull down. And then we're going to extend the arms out, turn your palms up. And this time, inhale, you're going to reach the hands towards each other overhead. Inhale up, exhale down, but you're going to stop at shoulder height, the palms open. And so you're not actually turning your arms because the palms are open and you bring them together overhead on the inhale. Exhale down 1 more time. And we're going to pause with the arms at shoulder height. And this time you're going to bend your elbows. I didn't realize we were going to do all this, but I was really feeling like this tension up here. That wasn't necessarily my own. Okay, so here we are, elbows bent, palms are forward. Inhale, you're going to press your arms back. Exhale, hands and elbows come towards one another. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 1 more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbows and hands together. And then you're going to release your arms, shake them out a little bit. And from here, what I want you to do is step towards the back of your mat now. And we're going to step forward with the left foot. Okay. And so your feet are hip width apart. You want a good distance so that when you bend that front knee, it's over the ankle. So if you took a tiny step, you're going to make your stance longer. Okay. So now I want you to just bend that front knee a couple of times. You want to make sure as you bend the knee, it's over the ankle, not over your foot. If it's over your foot, you need a longer stance. Does that make sense? And then as you bend the knee, you want to still be able to see your big toe. Okay. I would like your feet a little bit wider. So taking your back foot towards the window, yes. And then I would take your foot, your back foot, not the leg, your toes a little bit towards me so that you bring that hip forward, yes. Okay, so Now we're all set up. Now we're going to put two moves together. So the inhale is going to be elbows bend, hands come back, knee bends. Exhale, straighten the leg and stretch your arms forward. Inhale, press back. Exhale, arms come forward. It's moving with your breath. So the movement moves as quickly or as slowly as your breath. Okay, beautiful. Now after the next exhale, we're gonna do one more thing on this side. So now inhale is gonna be up with the arms straight and the legs straight. Exhale, you're gonna pull down and bend the knee. Pull the arms down and bend the knee. Inhale up, exhale, pull down. And two more times. Nice. So when you're done, we'll relax the arms, step the feet together. We're going to take the hands onto the thighs. Inhale, we'll be up. Exhale, we're going to slide down into our forward bend. We'll do that a few times. So this gives our body and our nervous system an opportunity to come back to its center, back to homeostasis. One more time. And when you come up this time, we'll step forward with the opposite foot. So I think for most of us, it's the right foot. And again, we're going to take a moment to get ourselves set up, right? So feet hip width apart. When you bend that front knee, it comes over the ankle, not over the foot. You can see your big toe. So you're just going to move a couple times, make sure that feels comfortable. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, you make little adjustments. Okay, so again, inhale. I just like to check things out, you know. All right, so inhale. This time is going to be elbows back, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten the arms and the leg. Inhale, open and bend. Exhale, come together. And you're, again, moving with your breath. So the breath is kind of like our gauge to how quickly we're moving, how deeply we're moving. This will be our last time. And again, you're going to pause with the legs straight. And now the inhale is going to be arms straight ahead, legs straight. Exhale, you're pulling down, creating your own resistance and bending the knee. Inhale up, exhale bend. And one more time after this one. Yes. And once you're done, relax the arms, step the feet together. We're going to take the hands on the thighs one more time. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. A few times with your breath. It's also a great time to check in, notice how you feel in your body. Check in with your heart rate, your body temperature, how the body's feeling as you're moving. And when you come up, so for the next couple, we're going to be on one foot. So if you like to make your way to a wall or a bar, you can do that, or you can stay in the center of the room. We're going to find the weight on the left foot, bend the right knee, and you're going to flex that foot and then roll through the ankle a couple of times in each direction. Place that one down, second foot. So as you shift your weight, you ground down with the 4 points of the foot, bend the other knee, bring it up to hip height, flex the foot, roll through the ankle a couple of times in each direction. Now we're going to shift back to the first side. So again, you start knee in line with the hip, foot flexed. Now we're going to keep the foot flexed and you're going to roll through the bottom of the leg, right? So for some of us, this is an interesting dance, figuring this one out, right? So again, a couple of times in each direction. And And then we'll place that foot on the floor, shifting the weight, grounding down through that foot, bending your second knee, foot is flexed, rolling through the lower leg. And these are definitely movements that over time get easier once your brain and body figure out what you're trying to do. And we're going to take that foot down. Pause for a moment. We're going to inhale up, exhale, slide down. Inhale up. We're going to shift the weight into the right foot, reach for the left ankle, and take that heel towards your buttock. And so at first, we're standing upright, heel is coming towards the buttock. If your heel doesn't come there or you can't touch your ankle, you can use a strap here. Now, keeping your body upright, what I want you to think about is space between the heel and the buttock. Right? So you're taking the knee behind the standing leg and taking the heel away from your butt. And one more time. Then we're going to shift that knee forward, holding on to the front of the knee with the same side hand, and you're going to open that leg out to the side. Keep breathing. Breathe. And then come back to the center, foot comes down. We're going to switch sides. So again, at first you're going to reach for the ankle, take the heel towards the buttock. You might just allow the quad to stretch for a moment. And then you'll think about making space between the heel and the buttock. The knee comes behind the standing leg. Just kind of moving through the upper part of the leg and noticing any sensation, never forcing. Eventually coming to a place where we stop. We're going to shift that knee forward, have the same side hand on the front of the knee. We're going to open the leg out to the side. Keep breathing. And again, knee comes back to the center. Place that foot on the ground. We're going to take the hands onto the thighs. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. Nice. Now for this next one, how's everybody doing? Okay, good. All right. For this next one, what I want you to do, and you could do this, again, against a wall with your hands on the wall, or you could do it in the center of the room. And so what we're going to do is you're going to start towards the back of your mat. You're going to take a big step forward with your left foot. And now we're going to have both feet pointing forward, right? So what do you need to do to get your heel towards the ground, right? Do you need to have your feet a little bit wider? Do you need a shorter stance? Hips and shoulders point towards the front. You're going to take that front leg hand, the left hand onto your pelvis with the palm open to the back, and the right arm is going to come up in line with your ear. Inhale, as we're standing here with the arm extended. Exhale, you're going to come down halfway, so you're parallel with the ground, and turn the head away from the arm. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, halfway down, head turns away. And if you were doing it against the wall, you would just come down so that your hand comes onto the wall. Make sure there's no strain in the back body as you're moving. And if you're hyperextending that front leg, add a little bend to the knee. And next time we inhale up, we're going to pause, step the feet together. We're going to take the second side. So again, taking that time to get yourself set up, feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, hips and shoulders forward. Right hand on the back of the pelvis with the palm open, left arm up, inhale up, exhale, halfway down. And if your body doesn't come halfway down, that's okay. You come down as far as it feels comfortable in your body. Continuing to breathe. Long, smooth breaths. One more. And when you come up this time, we'll bring the hands together, step the feet together. And this time we're going to keep the hands on your thighs. Inhale is going to be standing up. And when we exhale, I actually want you to press the heels of your hands into your quads, right? Like you're trying to pull your quads away from your pelvis. Not that we're really trying to do that, but that's the sensation. So the inhale is up, the exhale, we're going to sit into a chair, right? And you're going to pull away with your hands. Does everybody can feel what I'm talking about? Okay, and then inhale up and exhale, sit back. And you want to make sure the low back feels good. And of course, you don't, as you're pushing down with your hands, you don't want anything to hurt. Now, the next time that we come down, we're going to hold the pose, but you're going to keep breathing. And now we're going to focus the breath in the diaphragm. So you're going to inhale, let the diaphragm expand, exhale, consciously bring that diaphragm in towards your spine. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. That's what happens naturally. We're just keying into it, paying attention to it. Now, if comfortable for your body, after you exhale, you're going to invite that diaphragm in and up. So it's after you've released all the air that you possibly can. So inhale, exhale. After the exhale is done, in and up. It's a very active movement. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Just continue breathing. It's engaging what we call Uddiyana Bandha, which bandha is a lock or a seal. It's heating, so you might feel your temperature go up. And what we're doing is sealing in our energy to kind of stoke the digestive fire. Now, after your next exhale, you're going to just relax. Inhale, stand up. Keep those hands on the thighs because as you exhale now, you're going to slide down into your forward bend. And for the next couple of breaths, you can either continue to slide up and down, or you can just stay forward for a couple of breaths. See what feels best in the low back. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way down into a squat. So a couple of options. You could have a block. Of course, you want to be really careful coming down onto the block, right? So you could have the block underneath you. You could have your feet turned out or parallel. And you're going, what I want you to do is to find your comfortable place. Sometimes in the past, we would use like a little roll of blanket under our heels so that you can actually weight the front and back of the feet without forcing, right? And then we're going to bring the hands towards the heart center, rounded in the back. And I want you to imagine any tension in your back body, in your head, in the back of the neck, seeping like picturing like water rolling off the back of a duck, right, into the ground. Any tension as you soften in to the squat, just letting the tension ease out of your body down into the earth. And then when you feel complete with this, we're going to carefully release our hands and make our way down to the ground. And we're going to sit with our legs in a wide angle. So a couple of things. When we're in a wide angle, if your legs are too wide, a lot of times our feet will drop in. So make sure that's comfortable. And then you want to have your shoulders over your hips. So I want both of you to bend your knees a little bit so that you can bring your shoulders back. Yeah, okay. Long, smooth breaths. Now we're going to take the left foot and bring it in towards the inner thigh. Okay. And then if your knee is lifted, you're gonna place the block underneath it. I think you're good. You're good. And then I want you to use it. Okay. All right, we're gonna inhale, arms up towards the sky, and then we're gonna pivot towards our straight leg. Bring your hands down around them, and you're gonna use your hands to help the body to pivot over. So you want your belly pointing towards that straight leg. Inhale is gonna be up. Exhale, you're going to bring the body towards that leg. Inhale up, exhale body. And I say body because like our desire, we like reach our head down there because we can extend it more, but I want you to lead with your heart. Like, so you're reaching with your body, the head is staying in line with your body. Inhale up, exhale, come forward. Okay. Now from here, we're going to take, and you might need to change your arrangement. You're going to take that block out from under your knee. You're going to take your right leg and you're going to sweep it behind you, straight behind you. And if it's pokey at all, fold over your mat. You might want to come forward. And then I want you to turn the right toes under and take that knee off the mat. So your back leg knee is off the mat, okay? And now the front leg, and you both look good. You could have, depending on the openness of your hip, you could have this lower leg parallel with your body. My body doesn't work like that, but as your hips open, you can move that foot away, okay? Now I want you to contemplate taking your hands off the floor and what it would require of you to make that happen, okay? What do you need to engage, right? And keep breathing, make sure you're breathing. And if it's not possible, you keep those hands down. And sometimes it's a matter of time, like, you know, with practice, we can start to learn to engage our core so that we can actually get our hands off the ground. Now, keeping your back knee off of the ground, we're gonna take the hands to the inside of the knee and make our way towards the ground. So you could be on your elbows, you could be with bent elbows, long, smooth breaths. Obviously the hip opener portion of class today. Now very gently, you're gonna place that back knee on the ground. We're gonna come up onto our hands and you are going to bend that back knee. And so for some of us, you're just gonna bend that knee and that's gonna be enough of a stretch. Some of you are gonna reach back with the same side hand and pull that foot in a little bit, but don't force it. Keep breathing. And then very gently, we'll let go of that foot. You're gonna bring your hips down to the ground, sweep that back leg forward. And we're gonna take that same leg into our hands. So you're gonna have one hand on the top of the knee, one hand on your bent foot, and gently rock. Now, if that feels really uncomfortable, you can straighten your bottom leg, okay? So especially if it feels like you can't move or if you're gonna fall over, straighten out that leg. Then we are going to take this bent leg and you're either gonna put it in front of your shin or you're gonna cross over the thigh. Either way, the knee is pointing up towards the sky and the foot is flat on the ground. Okay, then right hand behind you. Inhale, reach up towards the sky with your left hand, and then exhale, you're gonna start to twist yourself around. So you might hold the leg or you might take your elbow to the outside of the knee, but you're gonna find a way that, and we hold the position, right? Once you get into the position, it's a static pose and you continue to breathe. And notice how differently we breathe when our body is twisted. So with an inhale, let's lengthen the body. Exhale, come forward. And then you're going to, so with this last one that we're gonna do, You're either gonna walk your left leg out a little bit so that it's parallel with your body, or you're gonna straighten it out because we're gonna take that right leg and cross over top. So either you're gonna look like this kind of, or you're gonna look like this. Okay. But the top leg foot is flexed. Okay. Then you're going to take one hand on the top of the knee, one hand on the bottom of the foot, press into the center isometrically, right? You're engaging, you're pressing into the center with your hands. This foot is flexed. You're going to inhale up and exhale over your legs. Long, smooth breaths. And then let's inhale, body up. Extend your legs. We're going to open them out into a wide angle again. How are we doing so far? Great. Okay, now we're gonna take the second side. So right foot comes in. And again, if that knee is lifted, you're gonna place the block underneath it, hands on either side of your straight leg, turn your belly towards that straight leg, reach those arms up, inhale up, exhale over your legs, taking your hands onto the ground, and then you're gonna move inhaling up with the body, exhaling down, keeping your head in line with your body. Moving with your breath. Never forcing. And the next time that you come up, if you have the block under the knee, we're going to move it out of the way. Take your hands around your bent knee. And you're going to take that left leg behind you. And again, get yourself comfortable. Just watching you. Now your left leg, toes are turned under, knee is off the ground. You're noticing how you feel. You've probably already started to think, oh, am I taking my hands off the ground on this side too? And what's it going to take to make that happen? So again, you're going to explore what would it take to bring your hands up, and maybe it's not going to happen today. Maybe it happens for a second, but you're exploring, and of course, only doing what serves your body. Now, when you're done exploring, we're going to keep that left knee off the ground. We're going to come down onto our elbows, or bend the elbows to the inside of your right knee. And you're breathing and noticing, where your breath is moving in your body. If there's an area that feels a little bit tense, you might send your breath into that area. And we just, and if you're not sure how to do that, you just think about it. Like, oh, my breath is going into the front of my hip flexor on the left leg. Now, very carefully, we're going to take the left knee down to the ground and come up onto our hands. You're going to bend that back knee. And again, you might take that same side hand and reach back towards the foot or not, right? I always say it's much easier to prevent injury than to heal it. Long, smooth breaths. And as you start to feel complete with this side, gently releasing that foot to the ground, bringing our hips down to the ground, and we're going to sweep the left leg around, flexing the foot, holding onto the foot and the knee, and gently rocking. Now from here, this is where you're going to take the foot either to the shin or over the thigh. The foot is on the ground, the knee is pointing up towards the sky. Left hand is behind you, right arm comes up. Inhale, extend, exhale, belly towards the inner thigh. Again, you might take your elbow to the back of the knee. It's a static pose, so we stay here. continue to breathe. And obviously, even though we're not moving in the pose, we are, right? Because your breath is always moving. And noticing those amazing sensations as you breathe. And with an inhale, lengthening the spine, exhaling, coming forward. This is where we're going to keep that top leg flexed, the foot flexed, the knee bent, and you're either going to walk that bottom leg out a little bit so it's parallel and stack up your legs, or you're going to straighten that bottom leg. And we're going to press one hand on the bottom of the foot, one hand on the top of the knee. Inhale up, exhale over your legs. Continuing to breathe. And then when you're ready, let's inhale up. We're going to straighten out the legs. So now both legs, let's have both legs extended out in front, hands on your thighs, just like we did when we were standing up. Inhale up, exhale, slide down your legs. And doing that 2 or 3 times. Now for this next pose, I'm going to give you some options. If you're at home, you could use a bolster or a foam roller. You could use 2 blocks. You could use a rolled blanket. We're going to try this in here, even though I can't come up to you and like adjust you. And the way that this works, you have the back block higher than the front block, and you want the base of this bottom corner to be at the base of your rib cage. Okay, the base. So feel the base of your rib cage. Where is that? Right, and then you're going to turn yourself around, bring the block up to that spot right in the center of your back body, and then the other block goes underneath your head. Now, if this is right for your body, there's going to be nothing poking into you. It's going to feel comfortable. If you're at home and you're on a bolster or a foam roller or a blanket, you just want to make sure that it's coming all the way to the low back. So let's see. Carefully come down and check in, like, is this comfortable? Like, could you stay here? Or are you like counting the seconds until I say stop, right? You want to be comfortable, long, smooth breaths. Seeing if you can soften the shoulders and open up the heart center, the front of the body a little bit. And this is a great time to check in. Is there anything that I could do in this position to help me to be a little bit more comfortable? So from here, we're going to be making our way into Shavasana. And so those of you on blocks, when you're ready, you're going to press down with your forearms and lift yourself straight up off of the blocks. Maybe take a little forward bend, and then get yourself set up for Shavasana. So you can, lots of options. You can lay on the ground. You can use those blocks under your thighs. You can, you know, and if your body needs anything else before you move into Shavasana, definitely do whatever it is. as you settle in to the floor and to the earth, allowing your mind and your body to be completely supported for the next few moments. Namaha, 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 Namaha. So starting to bring your awareness back to your body, to your breath, taking a few moments to notice how you're feeling, how you want to move, eventually coming up to a seated position. And as you come to your seated position, I'm going to invite you to take 3 conscious breaths where you pay attention to your inhale and to your exhale and what happens in your body as you breathe. Because as I like to say, 3 breaths can change your life, bringing us into the present moment, into what's happening in our body, in our mind, what's happening around us. So I want to thank you all for joining me and, thanking yourself for showing up for yourself and doing the practice. So if you want to join me in our 3 closing sounds, we'll inhale the arms up towards the sky, exhaling the sound Hu to the heart. Inhaling the arms out, palms open, exhaling the sound Ah to the heart. Ah. And inhaling, scooping up from the ground, the sound Om. Thank you so much. Namaste. Here's where I crawl up and turn off the recording.